another day to start all over again.
For the first time ever, the 306 is making an official endorsement. We are voting Foxwarren for Album of the Year. I personally think this record is a masterpiece. It's a treasure trove of music, lyrics, and samples all weaved together by Andy Shauf, Avery Kissick, Darryl Kissick, Dallas Bryson, and Colin Nealis. And for the first time ever, we are thrilled to have the entire band joining us in our studio. Good afternoon, all.
Hello. Thanks for having us.
Thanks so much for coming in. There's so much to talk about and so little time. So let's get right into the important stuff. Darryl, how's the hip holding up?
It's holding up. Yeah, thank you. Thanks.
I'm serious, though. You had a procedure before the tour. You got a massive tour. Has it been going all right?
It has. Yeah, it's been long enough. Yeah, it happened in April, so feeling good.
Good. Second most important question. Dallas, I heard Andy tried to kill you with the original tempo on Deadhead.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it killed me for a while, and then we decided not to kill me.
Yeah, I did a little sampling of my own. Did it originally sound more like this? Yeah, what is that like when you're putting together something the way you put together this album and you hear that and you're like, okay, I got to be able to play that live?
Well, originally, yeah, it was a different part altogether, a different guitar part, and then Andy got a hold of it and sped it up, and I tried to make it work, and I tried, and it just didn't work. So, yeah, I'm glad that it didn't in the end. Yeah.
Colin, I assume you had your hands full as well with all the samples and keys and strings. What's your favorite part about performing this album live?
Well, I'm not responsible for all of that stuff, but it was certainly tough to work it out live, yes. And I think between Avery and Andy and I, we sort of were able to cover most of the samples and strings and stuff.
Yeah, was there a conversation, though, of like, okay, we have these samples, but maybe we'll get Colin to do the strings live?
Yeah, actually, I started with, I brought a viola to the first rehearsal, and it didn't go very well, so I quickly pivoted. Yeah.
Well, and Andy, last time you performed live in Saskatchewan, it was a really intimate show. It's just you and a guitar, essentially. Do you feel more like Danger Mouse these days?
Yeah, well, yeah, playing the sampler is a little bit of I feel like a bit of a DJ up there.
Yeah, what was, like, did you know that you would have to have a sampler right beside you? Like, how did you craft that for the live show?
That was certainly a fear of mine. For most of the making of the record, I kind of thought that there was a point where I just was watching my guitar parts drop off of the record one by one, and then I was worried it was going to be me standing there pressing the buttons. But yeah, I have guitar parts now and samples to play, and it's fun. It's a challenge. It's like, it doesn't feel like a piano or something where you have a reference. It's just you're hitting buttons and you can very easily get lost.
It's hard enough to sing and play guitar. What's it like to throw a sampler in there too?
Yeah, difficult, but I'm a drummer first, so it kind of becomes muscle memory, and then it's not so bad.
Well, last but certainly not least, the drummer in the band, Avery. You look like you're having the time of your life performing these songs. Is that true?
I get that a lot. I guess that's okay. Yes, it's very enjoyable. It's kind of challenging, but it's a lot of fun. Mm-hmm.
Is Avery the ultimate vibes guy?
Yeah, good vibes.
Yeah.
I've heard that from people as well in the audience. Yeah.
I mean, he's given her. Yeah.
Well, yeah, I saw one of your live performances. Yeah, you got a shaker in your hand as well. Like, tell me about all the different things that are going through your head. As somebody who has no rhythm whatsoever, I can't understand how you manage that all.
Yeah, I think just lots of practice. Like, when we first got together to rehearse, I think we were kind of unsure how it was all going to come together. And then over time, we just kind of like whittled it down, and just takes practice. And then once you kind of get over that hump, you just start to enjoy it.
Well, another question for anybody who can answer it. Does anyone know how Mr. Day likes his coffee?
I don't know.
Mr. Day, he likes it piping hot. He was played by William Powell in the 1947 film Life with Father.
Favorite movie of all time.
Darryl watched most of the...
That was my one job.
Well, I wanted to ask about who ended up watching all these films, because I had to watch a lot of films this past week, and 45 seconds into that film, I heard something familiar. So the one thing I love about old films is they kind of have that overture at the beginning, right, of all the music. How did Life with Father, a film I never heard of, end up being a sample that you wanted to use?
Well, originally we were kind of looking through these movies for just dialogue, and I think at a certain point, like the dialogue, it has like the part of the score underneath it, and you hear. I heard that, and I was like, what if because we were wanting the last piece of the puzzle to be strings, and the plan was to get Colin to do a bunch of arrangements and kind of fill it out. But that, that background piece of music behind the dialogue, it was like, oh, what if we plugged some of that into the sampler? And we found a few movies.
Well, speaking of dialogue, just last night I was watching a film and this caught my ear.
Have you ever been afraid? Really afraid?
What do you want me to do?
I want you to take me to heaven.
1946, that's Michelle Morgan in The Chase. Who's seen that one? Avery, is that you again?
I watched a lot of that one. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like I just brought one, maybe.
I love that your album taught me so many of these things, right? And they had me watching films from the 40s, 50s, 60s, trying to learn more. And it gave me things to appreciate about those films. And I wonder, was that the goal of this at all, Andy? Was it to force active listening and maybe a bit of an Easter egg hunt, too, for your fans?
I think, I liked the idea of it being kind of this recycling of these things that are, you're not going to see these movies unless you're watching some late night where it's all these public domain kind of B films. So, the scores are lost to time, and the movies themselves mostly are lost to time. And it's kind of a repurposing, and yeah.
Avery, they said you watched a lot of these. What or Darryl, you watched a lot of these. What was it like for you kind of going back and did you learn anything musically from watching some of these old films?
Yeah, it's like a lot of people put a lot of work into these films that, as Andy said, are lost of time mostly. And so, I guess this is when you dig into anything, like any art form, no matter where it's from, there's just so much to appreciate. And so, yeah, it was fun to have this list of films that are supposed to be in the public domain. The legality of it, I think we're all good. But it's just fun to kind of have this finite number of films to dig through and try to find things that we could use.
Colin, I wonder too. There's just something that sounds special about music from that era, right? The 40s, 50s, 60s, and I'm talking specifically about the strings. Is that something that you can redo nowadays, or is it just a sound that's lost to time, the way they recorded it, the way they performed it back then?
Yeah, there's an aesthetic that's hard to replicate, but no, I think the arrangement style is still possible, and I think we tried to emulate that a little bit on Andy's record. Like The Magician has sort of that style. But yeah, it's definitely hard. It's hard to redo something like that just because of the aesthetic.
Yeah, like the fidelity of it.
Yeah, the fidelity. Yeah.
Well, and again, one thing I loved about this is, just as a hip hop fan, you hear songs and then, years later you hear like a Quincy Jones song. You're like, oh, that's where that sample is from. That's so interesting. And I wonder if that influenced you guys at all to release a version of this Foxwarren album that includes 361 tracks. The Stems album, why release that?
I don't know. We thought it'd be interesting for people to be able to play with the pieces of audio that we were playing with. And yeah, in this day of, I don't know, everything's available for everyone, and someone save me here.
Have you guys heard any remixes from fans? Like, I know you put that out there on your social media and stuff.
Yeah, we've heard a few. They're really cool. Like, it's always, I love hearing what people come up with. Like, it's just, I don't know.
Like, we obviously, Sass Music has done albums like Got It Covered. I know, Andy, you've had some songs on there covered, but it feels different because you're not just covering a song, you're kind of recreating it through all these stems that you provided.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, it's cool. Like, you get into like what, our version of our songs, you can leave as many elements of what you think makes it the song, and then kind of change the arrangement, and you can make it something totally different. And everybody's got access on their computer to a sampler or some sort of like a digital audio workstation, and it's just cool to be able to reimagine stuff.
And even the like writing process and everything, we were very intentional to not be too precious about it. And maybe just releasing the stems is another way to just be like, here you go.
Yeah.
Whatever. Yeah.
One thing I really love about this album is that I think you all have standout moments and they all come together as a band, obviously. I mean, Darryl, the bass line on Wings is just, is that you, Colin?
That's actually a keyboard.
See, that was another thing, too. I wondered how much was I'm not a musician at all, as you can tell, but that's one thing I thought, too. It's like, what is the bass line? What is the keys? So on Wings, that's you, Colin.
Yeah, it's an old Yamaha electric keyboard with a contrabass patch. Yeah.
Darryl, what do you think your standout song is then? Which one gives you the most enjoyment? I assume that was you.
Well, I mean, now that we're playing them live, like Colin is an exceptional bass player, so there are a couple songs where he wrote and played on the album, and I had the challenging task for myself to learn them, and so because like if you listen to the songs that I play bass on, it's much simpler, and I've just got I'm much more basic in my bass playing, and so that was fun. It was like a trip to kind of see how Colin approached it and the craft, and have to try my best to play some of these. Like Wings was a real challenge to learn, but it's fun. It's really fun live now.
Avery, I love you on the drums on Sleeping in particular. It just sounds like something I could never wrap my head around playing.
Thank you. Yeah, that was a fun one. That song had many different versions, and then we were trying to lock down like the drum sound, and I think at one point Andy's just like, just play like whatever from the heart, just mess around, and I did, and then I think you like resampled it.
Well, I think
Or-
that
is that right?
chorus, is it the chorus part that has the crazy snare roll?
Yeah.
There was one take of Avery where at the end of it he just bailed and did this fill. He was like, I'm fed up with this song.
Yeah.
And I took that fill and put it in. It's
Cool.
like-
Yeah. The recording process was challenging. Like, it's just such a learning curve. I don't know. It's hard to explain, but
Yeah, and if I could say that a lot of the parts were pretty communal. Like, I mean, Andy sort of at the helm, but everybody was contributing even to one part. If someone would be playing it, but it might come back sampled in a different arrangement, or there were so many iterations of the same part. So I don't think, I don't feel like I can take responsibility for any single part, you know?
Well, that is one of the magic parts of the song. You could look at it as 361 stems, but it just comes together so amazingly. Again, I don't even know who's playing what sometimes. Dallas, we obviously talked about Deadhead, amazing lick, but also the guitar on Say It is so cool. I don't know what you're using. I saw a performance of you playing it live on Say It there. It almost looks like you're holding a stapler or something.
It is.
It looks like a stapler. Yeah, for the longest time, because when I recorded the part, it was feedback. I just like turned my amp up as loud as it could go, and I was recording it in this like old parish hall. And I was like, well, how are we going to do this live? And so we did try it live, and it just was too wild. And so I think Andy recommended an EBO. Did you recommend an EBO?
Yeah, an EBO, which is something that we've been like talking about buying for, I don't know, 20 years.
It's kind of like always like the butt of a joke, because people use EBOs and they always sound funny. But yeah, it's just like a little thing, a stapler looking thing you put on your string and it just vibrates the string. But I also needed a pick too, so I like taped a pick onto it. So it's like kind of like a multi-purpose thing, but it works. So I'm pretty happy with it, yeah.
Well, again, another thing that's my favorite part of this album is I find a new favorite song every week. These days, my favorite lyrics, Andy, are on Dress.
Come on, baby, can we go dance? I think you need to give me a second chance. What is lipstick? What is wine? Why can't we just have one good time?
You make it impossible to sing in the shower, but because I don't have the voice that you do. But what stands out to you on Dress?
Yeah, Dress is a funny one. There was a point after one of my records where I thought I was going to start making a disco record, and that was the first song that I wrote for the disco record. And it's like, you know, my version was very different. But then I started writing something for the record, and I didn't have lyrics or a melody for it. So I just, like, sang exactly what my disco song was over top of this different harmony, and it was really interesting. So kept it, and yeah.
Yeah, there were even different versions of Dress. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like I've gone back, and there's, like, one, like, almost... not like punky, but it's just kind of like, it's really out there. And then I think when we were in Toronto, that's where we like found those movie samples, and we just like kind of...
Avery brought in that, there's a cool flute-ish sample.
Yeah, I love that sample.
Yeah. And then we just, I think you like reharmonized it and stuff. And just,
I had to come home early. I was in Toronto with them, and then I came back for work or whatever. And then they sent me the new version of Dress, and I was like, no! I love the old version. But that was always what I was doing. Yeah, I was constantly doing that. It's an interesting exercise, because it's like, oh, I thought we had Dress nailed. Like, I thought we had it. And then it's just completely different. But it's cool. It's just, in a way, it's almost like two different songs, but we'll never hear the first one.
I'm wondering, when you're on a big tour like you are right now and you're cultivating playlists, does it change night to night, or do you stick to kind of the same thing? Because I wonder, when I listen to this, especially playing your songs on the 306, I have a hard time separating some. Right? Does Havana seems locked in with Yvonne to me, right? Mm-hmm. Like, are there some songs that you have to kind of pair together that you see as like one unit?
Yeah, and because we're trying to play some of the, what are they called? What's it called?
Like an interlude? No?
The interludes, yeah. Right. We're trying to represent kind of everything that is attached to the songs. So we've really been sticking to the same set list and trying to nail it. But yeah, like Strange goes into Havana, goes into Yvonne.
Well, that was going to be my question. Is Havana a part of Strange, or is it a part of Yvonne?
That's a great question.
Guys, before I let you go, what's just been the best part about coming back to Saskatchewan? Obviously, you just arrived, but how does it feel to be back? It's been about 6 years since you last performed here.
It's great. I'm excited to play. I think there's like friends and family coming out, so it'll be nice. We're playing a very familiar venue, and yeah.
Where you used to sweep the floors at the Exchange, Andy.
Yeah.
Is it different playing in Regina and Saskatoon than compared to like LA?
Yeah, I mean, I love it. You know, it feels like home, and yeah, it's just like a different vibe. People are excited, and I'm excited too to be around friends and family, and yeah, it's great to
Dallas,
be back.
you went to school in Cairnport, right?
Yeah, I did. Just for 1 year. Yeah. That's
So-
where I met Andy, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when do we get Colin moving to Saskatchewan?
Well, Andy's moving back. Can I say that?
He's just
So there's more and more pressure now.
Yeah, he'll
being
be
the only one.
He'll be here soon.
do you hear about life here? And like, are there Saskatchewan road trip stories that you're like, come on, guys?
What do you mean, like?
Like, did these guys have their inside Saskatchewan stories, or like?
Yeah.
What have you learned about our province since touring with these guys?
Well, I've spent a lot of time here
Yeah.
and grown to love it, you know. But I have a family out east, and I love it there too. It's like I got to pick one.
Well, guys, congratulations on an incredible album, and thanks for doing this.
Thanks
Thank
for
you.
having us.
Yeah.